I keep saying that I'm not going to make more parts in this series. And then I keep finding more stuff. So, here we are again. This video is about advanced tactics. But first, let's do a little recap. Number 1, don't let the stalker detect you. Avoid him by staying out of his line of sight. Also, don't let him get within like 20 feet of you. He can smell you, or something. A lot of the cyborgs in this game can sense you at close range without seeing you, somehow. Maybe they can sense bioelectric signals like sharks. Tremor sense? I don't know, it's not important. 2, if you can, trap the stalker in a room that you don't need to go back to. However, the stalker has a tendency to teleport out of those kinds of traps. But I've found that if you trap the stalker in a room with other Euruskans, he'll stay there. This is best done in whichever starting room you choose, either pipes or maintenance tunnel. 3, if the stalker does see you, you have like 30 to 60 seconds to put a door between you and him as fast as possible, or go somewhere that he can't. If you're trapped by other enemies, climb up on top of objects in the environment to get out of his reach. The higher up, the better. The hitbox for his insta-kill grab attack doesn't go much higher than his head, so if you get like 8 feet off the ground, you're probably safe. If the stalker knows you're there, but he can't grab you, he'll try to punch you instead. And if he can't reach you with the punch either, he'll punch random nearby objects. Just wait for him to leave, and then run from safe spot to safe spot in between him coming back to check on you, until you can close a door on him or extract. Okay, now to talk about the advanced stuff. Starting with how to predict and deal with the dog's ability to teleport. So the dog has a stuck prevention feature that lets him teleport if he is stuck. The problem is that the threshold for stuck is ridiculously low. It includes things like the dog being snagged on the terrain, but also trapped in a room, but also if the dog can't get to you for like literally any reason. I'm gonna be real, it's less like the dog has stuck prevention and more like he can teleport at will, and he just doesn't usually do it unless he thinks it will help him kill you faster. What's the matter? You scared? Huh? Is he still...
Finally.
What happened there? What did you do? He did this. The motherfucker waited for me to enter the sewer pipe and then teleported behind me. That's not stuck prevention. He's using a special attack. It seems like the dog won't use his stuck prevention if he hasn't detected a hostile entity yet, which is why you will occasionally find him just staring at a door or standing in a hallway or a sewer pipe. He won't notice that he's stuck unless he has a target. If you ever see the dog teleport when you are not in a safe spot, you should immediately run to where the dog just was before he teleported. He's probably about to hit you from behind, because he teleported through a wall to get to you, so if you go to where he just was, now he'll be stuck on the other side of the wall. If you're ever up in a safe spot and the dog leaves the room for a suspiciously long period of time, he may have teleported. Do not trust that you still actually know where he is. The best way to track the dog is with the tac cam. This is hardly an advanced strategy, more like basic necessity. Really, the only reason not to use the tac cam while dealing with the dog is if you want the game to be harder and scarier than it would be with the camera. Despite that, the tac cam is not actually the best equipment for dealing with the dog. That award goes to the pneumatic jump pack. With the jump pack, you can much more quickly and easily get to safe locations. Word of warning about this, though. For some reason, normal enemies are much more likely to spot you if you are up high. They'll see you from distances that they normally would not if you were standing on the ground. The jump pack can also be used to directly evade the stalker's grab attack. If you jump at the last second when he comes to kill you and you bounce off the top of his head, he will very often run away again instead of immediately trying to kill you. Like with most of these strategies, though, if you do this too many times in a row, the stalker will start trying much harder to kill you, and he will succeed. helpful man in the comments informed me that some of the text on the side of the stalker reads, "Mad men are like hummingbirds. They never stop, and they remain at a height of 2 meters above the ground."
Gotta run, guys.
This is a pretty good description of how you should use the jump pack against the stalker. So now, let's put everything I know together. The stalker is best kept unalerted. He doesn't unstick himself if he has no target. Use the tac cam. Use the jump pack. And one more tidbit from a previous video. If you go to certain locations on the outskirts of levels, almost all of the enemies get despawned, and then respawned when you go back into the level. So what does all of this add up to? Well, I will show you. If you enter Underground Cemetery, and you go down the corpse slide, it will spawn in the dog and whoever is in the hangar on the right. If you then sprint at the corpse slide and pneumatic jump pack back up it, you can get back into the pipe. This jump is easiest with Scav Girl, but the medium speed characters can also make it. Even Mask Man, although it was really hard. And I only did it once. Bagman is shit out of luck. He's not making it. He's too slow to pull it off. If you then walk all the way back up the pipe, you'll get far enough away that all of the enemies will deload. Wait a few seconds, then proceed back to the map. You will now find that the dog is standing still in whichever of the two spots he spawned at. And as long as he doesn't see you, or another Euruskan that's looking for you, I think he'll stay there permanently. This also works if you've already triggered the dog, meaning if you fuck up fast, you could use this as a soft reset. There. I finally found a way to outright incapacitate the dog. Expect most of, or even all of this to become outright obsolete information early next year when the game gets its next major update. But whatever. And remember, Scavs, a shell in the chamber is worth 6 in the satchel.